Some mysteries chill you to the bone, not because of what you know, but because of what you don't. From a little girl vanishing into the night to an entire family brutally slain, these unsolved cases haunt towns and hearts alike. What secrets lie hidden in dark woods, abandoned highways, and quiet cabins? These are the stories that refuse to fade, each whispering questions that demand answers. Let's dive into 10 of the most baffling cold cases that still keep the world awake at night. Number 10. The disappearance of Asha Degree, Shelby, North Carolina. Asha Degree's story is a heartbreaking mystery that has left Shelby, North Carolina, searching for answers for over 2 decades. On Valentine's Day in 2000, the 9-year-old girl packed her backpack, left her home in the middle of the night, and was spotted walking along Highway 18 in the early hours. Witnesses later reported seeing her in the darkness, but what drove her to leave her house remains a mystery. A year later, her backpack was discovered buried in a rural area, containing a few personal items, sparking more questions than answers. Theories range from a planned runaway to an abduction by someone she trusted. Despite renewed efforts, her case remains unsolved, but her parents' hope of finding her has never wavered. Each year, the community gathers to honor her memory and remind the world that Asha still matters. Number 9. The murder of the Dardeen family, Iena, Illinois. The Dardeen family tragedy in 1987 was so horrifying that even seasoned detectives were left shaken. Keith Dardeen, his pregnant wife Elaine, and their 3-year-old son, Peter, were found brutally murdered in their modest home. Elaine and Peter were beaten to death with a baseball bat, while Keith's body was discovered in a field nearby, shot multiple times. To make matters even more chilling, Elaine went into labor during the attack, and the newborn was also killed. Serial killer Tommy Lynn Sells later confessed to the crime, claiming it was part of his cross-country killing spree. However, doubts about his involvement linger due to inconsistencies in his story. This small Illinois town was left in shock, and the case continues to haunt residents who hope for definitive answers someday. Number 8. The disappearance of Maura Murray, Haverhill, New Hampshire. When 21-year-old nursing student Maura Murray's car was found abandoned after a minor crash in Haverhill, New Hampshire, in 2004, the community was left puzzled. Maura had withdrawn money, emailed professors about a fabricated family emergency, and packed her belongings as if preparing for a trip. But what was she running from, or to? Her car, locked, and with no signs of a struggle, offered little clue. Witnesses reported seeing her briefly, but she vanished before help arrived. Theories abound, ranging from a voluntary disappearance to foul play. Despite years of searches, podcasts, and investigations, her case remains a modern-day enigma. Her family has not given up, tirelessly advocating for answers and closure. Number 7. The murder of Carl Bridgewater, Stourbridge, England. The murder of 13-year-old Carl Bridgewater in 1978 shocked the quiet English countryside. Carl, a newspaper delivery boy, was shot dead in cold blood at Yew Tree Farm after likely stumbling upon a burglary. The crime led to the wrongful conviction of 4 men, who became known as the Bridgewater Four. They spent years behind bars before being exonerated, exposing police misconduct and a botched investigation. The case remains officially unsolved, but new DNA technologies offer hope for uncovering the truth. For years, the shadow of Carl's tragic death loomed over Stourbridge, where his memory is preserved by a community determined to see justice served. Number 6. The murder of little Gregory, Lepanges, Cervellon, France. The 1984 murder of 4-year-old Gregory Villemin in the French town of Lepanges, Cervellon, remains one of Europe's most infamous cold cases. Gregory's lifeless body was discovered in the Vallon River, his hands and feet bound. Before the murder, the Villemin family had received threatening letters and phone calls from a mysterious figure known as the Crow. Accusations flew, dividing the family and the town. Decades later, modern forensic techniques reignited the investigation, but no definitive answers have emerged. The case has inspired books, films, and ongoing media fascination, serving as a chilling reminder of how close-knit communities can unravel under the weight of tragedy. Number 5. The disappearance of the Beaumont children, Adelaide, Australia. On January 26, 1966, 3 siblings, Jane, Arna, and Grant Beaumont, vanished from Glenelg Beach in Adelaide, Australia, in what would become one of the nation's most infamous mysteries. Witnesses reported seeing the children with a tall, blonde man who has never been identified, sparking widespread speculation and fear. Their disappearance led to one of the largest searches in Australian history, involving police, volunteers, and even psychics, but no significant clues have ever surfaced. Theories range from abduction by a serial predator to the involvement of a notorious local criminal, with each lead ending in heartbreak and frustration. The case profoundly changed how Australians viewed child safety, prompting stricter guidelines and a cultural shift in parenting practices. Despite the passage of nearly 60 years, the Beaumont children are not forgotten, as investigators and the public continue to hold out hope for closure and justice for the family. Number 4. The death of Jeanette De Palma, Springfield Township, New Jersey. Jeanette De Palma's 1972 death in Springfield Township, New Jersey, is steeped in eerie rumors and unanswered questions. Her body was found atop a rocky area ominously nicknamed the Devil's Teeth, surrounded by strange objects that fueled rumors of occult involvement. Some claimed her deeply religious lifestyle may have made her a target, while others pointed to local legends of witchcraft. The lack of conclusive evidence and the disappearance of key police files have only deepened the mystery. Decades later, journalists and amateur sleuths continue to probe this case, which remains an unsettling chapter in the town's history. Number 3. The murder of Georgia Jane Cruz, Montverde, Florida. The quaint town of Montverde, Florida, was forever changed in 1980 when 12-year-old Georgia Jane Cruz disappeared while walking to a nearby convenience store, a routine trip that turned into a chilling mystery. 2 days later, her lifeless body was discovered in a wooded area, stabbed to death in a senseless act of violence that shook the tight-knit community to its core. The lack of evidence and witnesses left investigators grasping at straws, and the case quickly went cold, leaving more questions than answers. Over the years, investigators have re-examined the crime, considering everything from random attacks to connections with known predators, but no definitive breakthroughs have been made. The absence of answers continues to haunt Montverde, where residents still share stories of Georgia, preserving her memory and holding on to the hope that her killer will one day be brought to justice. Her tragic story serves as a somber reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring pain of an unsolved crime. Number 2. The Keddie Cabin Murders, Keddie, California. In April 1981, the picturesque resort town of Keddie, California, became the site of a grisly quadruple homicide that has baffled investigators ever since. Sue Sharp, her son John, and his friend Dana Wingate were found brutally murdered in cabin 28, while Sue's daughter, Sheila, made the horrifying discovery upon returning home. The crime scene was chaotic, with evidence suggesting multiple attackers, yet key details about their identities and motives have remained elusive. Over the years, new suspects have emerged. Rumors of cover-ups and local involvement have gained traction, and fresh leads have occasionally reignited hope. Despite renewed investigations and the passage of decades, the case remains unsolved, leaving Keddie with a dark legacy that overshadows its serene landscape and haunts its community. Number 1. The Springfield 3, Springfield, Missouri. The disappearance of Cheryl Levitt, her daughter Susie Streeter, and Susie's friend Stacy McCall in 1992 is one of America's most perplexing mysteries. Known as the Springfield 3, the trio vanished without a trace from Levitt's home. Police found their personal belongings untouched, a broken porch light, and no signs of forced entry. Over the years, leads have included potential suspects, buried evidence, and even psychics' visions, but nothing concrete has surfaced. The case remains an enduring mystery, capturing the attention of true crime enthusiasts and investigators alike. Springfield continues to hope that one day, the truth will be uncovered, bringing peace to the families and the community. If these chilling mysteries left you on the edge of your seat, imagine what else we have in store. Don't let the intrigue end here. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and join us on this journey through the most haunting stories the world has ever known. And hey, don't forget to share this video with your fellow mystery lovers together. Maybe we can uncover the truth.